Hello, friend.
Hello.
You alright?
Yeah.
Yeah. Before we get started, I've been meaning to ask you something for ages.
Oh dear. What's
and
this?
I never got round to it. So now I'm really excited to ask you.
Is this a gotcha? Have I done something?
No. I think maybe I asked you, but maybe the ages ago. What's the deal with the X-Men?
What do you mean?
Are they Marvel?
Yes, they are Marvel, yeah.
Why the fuck are they not all over this?
They will be soon.
But why not till now?
Because they were another franchise that was sold off to other things. So it was Fox that had them. And
Fox?
That's one of the reasons why people were excited when Disney bought Fox.
Right.
Because then now they've got access to X-Men again. Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. Fox owning X-Men.
Yeah. And
so you know these new batch of films that they've announced?
Yeah.
Are there any of them X-Men films?
I don't think so, not yet, but they are.
Okay.
They've said definitely there are going to be X-Men films.
But they've slated like the next 3 years, haven't they?
Yeah, but then there's still more, isn't there, to come? I can't remember if it's been. I need to check Phase 6 whether it's part of Phase 6 or not.
Phase fucking 6.
Let's have a look. Phase 6.
Get Phase 4 out of the way first, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's let's have a look. No, it's not on the slate yet, but it is going to happen. They are definitely
right.
happening.
Okay,
yeah.
That's good to know. But we're not here to talk about X-Men.
No, we're not.
We're here to talk about Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
Why?
This is the most nervous I think I've been for a call.
Is it because of the text that I sent you last night?
Yeah, it's put me on edge a bit.
So I texted you last night telling you that I cannot wait to talk about this film.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I should say something up front or not. I probably should, because the realisation didn't kick in for me until too late.
Can I ask you a question first?
Go on.
Have you seen any other Spider-Man
films? Here we go then. Right, we're into it.
Yeah.
This film made me fucking furious, James.
Right,
Absolutely furious. I was fuming watching this film.
Right.
And you've hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
We are now 26, 27 films in.
Yes,
I've watched 26 or 27 Marvel films.
Yeah.
Right? And if you remember correctly, this whole I've mentioned this loads of times on the calls.
Yeah.
The whole reason for me doing this is that when this film came out alongside Ghostbusters, I asked you guys, should I watch it? And you all said yes. And I thought, well, I don't want to watch this without knowing, without getting anything.
All the background.
Yeah, I want to know all the background. I've watched 26 films and I still didn't know all the background. Honestly, furious, James.
Okay. But you've never seen one of the other ones either.
No. I think maybe I've seen one of them ages and ages ago, like the first.
You've probably seen like one of the Sam Raimi ones.
I've probably seen the upside down kissy one.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
but then even then, I wasn't really watching it.
Yeah.
But I cannot believe I've watched this many films in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
And this whole film is referencing other films I haven't seen.
Okay.
It's fuck you. How much of my time have I got to dedicate to this before I'm in?
See, this is the thing, right? Can I put my cards on the table with this now?
Yeah.
Like at the start. Because I fucking love this film.
Right, okay.
And I really, really love it. And I watched it again, obviously, yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there just thinking, this is so good. And the whole thing is fan service. The whole thing is fan service.
Oh,
basically.
absolutely.
Completely it is.
Fan service for something that I haven't seen.
Exactly. But that's the thing. If you get the references, it's brilliant. It's so good.
Oh, yeah.
But then you see, it's not just the fact of having seen the films.
Right.
It's the fact that you've got the length of time there's been as well between them.
Okay.
And so it's built up.
I've watched 26 films, James. Come
on.
on.
But you haven't
Don't
seen the
take the
Amazing
fucking
Spider-Man 2.
piss out of me. Come on.
You haven't seen the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
No, I know. That's why
Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
So right. Look, let's get to that point in the film. I've got lots to say about this film other than this. If you're listening to this thinking, he hated it, don't worry, I didn't. Okay? We'll be up front because I don't know, whatever. Let's see how this comes out. Okay? Because I've got 6 pages of notes.
Seriously, I've got plot issues with this film.
Oh, really?
There are, yeah.
I've got a couple of plot issues, I think. But
Yeah.
Okay, all right, let's just go through it. What the fuck are we doing? Right.
Go on, get on with it.
I cannot believe that I thought, I'm not going to watch this Spider-Man film. I'm going to watch 26 films so I get all the references. And I got none of the references.
I mean, this is like the ultimate troll, isn't it?
It really is a middle finger to me. Like, honestly. Right, okay. Spider-Man No Way Home. Up for this one. We're all bang up for this one. Let's go. So I watched this with Joe and Harry.
Yeah.
And we were all very excited to watch this. Joe loves a bit of Spider-Man. Honestly, I've got a lot to say about Joe in this film. We'll get to it when it comes up. Right. Oh, right. That's right. Mysterio set Spider-Man up at the end of the last film.
Yeah.
Actually, it's really nice to have the link back to Phase 3. Like, because Phase 4 hasn't been great, is it? No, it feels meandering. Meandering? Is that the word? Meandering. Meandering. Is that the word? What's the word?
It's meandering. It's going all over the place.
Not mirandering, like the the terrible British sitcom.
That's Miranda, but yeah, well.
And I know, but it's just nice to go back to a part of these films that was good.
See, that's the thing. Really as soon as you see these characters, you immediately feel on more stable ground.
Yes,
really excited,
you really do.
With these.
You really
it all comes
do.
Back. Yeah.
And I said, and it's brilliant that it's just picking up straight from the last film. Which at times I was thinking, can it do that though? Because things have happened. Oh yeah, no, it absolutely can do that because pretty much nothing has happened since. So yeah, all good. I'm already laughing because it gets a gag in straight away when. So he escapes with MJ from the crowd that's all chasing after him.
Yeah.
And then he lands on the bridge and then FaceTimes Ned.
Yeah.
And just goes, dude. I thought that was great.
And
so
also leaves her just like standing there.
I know, on the edge of the bridge.
My worst nightmare. That because I hate that.
Your worst nightmare is Spider-Man scooping you up in his arms and then flying you to the bridge and leaving you there.
I mean, you're saying that. I've had dreams about this, David. It's awful.
What? You've had dreams of Spider-Man scooping you up in his arms and dumping you on a bridge?
Yeah. He's got spider strength. He could definitely lift me. It's fun.
That's not the questionable bit. What is he doing in a suburb of Germany?
I don't know.
Right, great swinging montage. So this does the whole bit where he's escaping, but also it's telling you little bits of stories, get little gags in there. Like, when is it Flash finds out, it comes up on his phone.
Yeah.
That's his name in it, and then so he finds out. And then I put no wait, that doesn't seem right. Oh, because I put great swinging montage. No wait, I shouldn't say that. That's what I put.
Watching this though, it made me just think, I want to play Spider-Man again.
I did after this. I played some of it today. Like only just like flying about and that, and of course as Miles Morales and not Peter Parker.
So good though, doesn't
it? Happy Hogan getting dumped. That was pretty funny. Catching Peter and MJ. I said, blimey, this is like too fast paced. So I'll say this now. This was so hard to write. This is, out of all the films we've watched, this is the hardest one that I had writing notes for. Yeah. Because everything is so quick. It's quick gags, quick shots, cutting from one thing to the other. It's so fast.
It's that, but then also it's constant info dumps as well, like while it's going on.
Yeah, and all the way
you have
through
to
it.
Like think, what does this mean? Like while you're going.
I absolutely miss things, right? So I will need you to fill in the gaps for me because I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm writing it down. Then I'm hearing Joe gasp and I look up and I went, what just happened? How are they here now? Why is this house full of snow? Do you know what I mean? It was so fast paced that I was really struggling to keep up. But okay.
It's like the polar opposite
of many of the other films.
Yeah, particularly of Eternals.
Eternals, is it Jonah Jameson?
Yeah, Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, J. Jonah Jameson is the most cartoon-looking thing that's ever been in any of these films. I mean, you know.
You see, he was also in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films as well.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that stuff, yeah.
But then also...
because it's J.K. Simmons?
J. Jonah Jameson. J.K. Simmons, yeah.
J.K. Simmons, yeah. Who, I mean, it's hilarious. Like, his performance in Whiplash is genuinely one of the best performances I've ever seen in any film. Like, you've seen Whiplash, right?
I actually haven't, no.
Oh, James. Oh, James, you have to watch. Seriously, you need to watch Whiplash. It is just an absolute... I know everyone says it.
That's the problem. It's one of those films for me that has become one of those things where everyone says, oh, you got to see this. And
it's just so good. And his performance in it is unbelievable. And it is hilarious comparing it against his performance in this, because genuinely... this is the most cartoon character-looking character and acting character in any of these films. Like, absolutely. It's unbelievable.
But you know what he's supposed to be in this, obviously.
So I'm Alex Jones.
Yeah, he's absolutely Alex Jones, but, and that's why
I wouldn't say Alex Jones though. I would say, like, because he's got more credibility than Alex Jones.
Yeah,
like, Alex Jones is not playing out in every single massive TV screen across New York. You know,
fortunately.
But
they did a nod to that where he was like selling like vitamins and stuff. like that
I didn't notice that. That's really funny.
Where he was selling vitamins.
Okay, good. Okay, okay. Yeah, but J.K. Simmons, absolutely brilliant actor, and just seeing the parallels between this and the polar opposites between this and Whiplash is just hilarious. I said, what's the relationship here? Because usually this character is in all of the Spider-Mans, right?
Well, yes, he was in...
is he traditionally the owner of, or the editor of the Daily Bugle?
He's traditionally the editor of the Daily Bugle.
Right.
And so Peter Parker normally works for him.
That's right.
Actually. That's usually
and he's like, where do I know that from? That must have been in one of the films.
Probably from the first Spider-Man film, which is, well, not the first one, but you know what I mean? It's the one that the Sam Raimi ones. Yeah, it was from that.
I've probably seen that film there, because I remember him going, you've got to get me a picture of Spider-Man, you fuck. Yeah. And he's like, well, I don't know about that. Right, okay.
But the only thing with this is that, you see, that's the thing. Like with the Sam Raimi films, with that character, they really build him up into like as being something. Like there's clearly like a relationship and everything. Whereas in this, he's kind of just dropped in there as being somebody, and there's not really like that sort of build up of relationship.
Yeah, it's a shame that there wasn't that much of a build up, because I think maybe that could have been explained a little bit more, because it's like he's come out of nowhere and he's just furious with Spider-Man. But why?
That whole thing, though, about people hating Spider-Man has also got one of my favourite bits in the film, but you may come to that, but we'll see.
Ned admitting to everything immediately. So they got arrested for some reason. This is the mistake. So they think that just remind me, because I've forgotten.
Okay, so at the end of the last Spider-Man film, Mysterio like rigs up that thing to make it look like Spider-Man was controlling like the drones, the drone attack.
Right. That's right.
Also, because he dies as well, and then he makes it look like it was Peter.
That's right. So everyone thinks that he killed
Mysterio.
Mysterio, that's right.
And also that he was using Stark drones to
that's
kill
right.
everybody.
I wasn't the only one that had forgotten all that, because Harry was outraged at this point and said, genuinely shouted this at the TV.
Yeah.
Don't they know that Mysterio was the bad guy? And I was like, no, Harry, let's just calm down. They clearly don't. Okay. Also, were they trying to make that a meme? Like the whole Mysterio was right? Because you've told me that there was a meme that was Thanos was right?
Yes, that has become a thing.
So what was the whole Mysterio was right?
No, I think that
shit, I thought.
The whole of that was the whole Alex Jones kind of thing, really.
Oh, like conspiracy theories and all that. Okay, fine. Right, you're really going to have to explain this to me, because either I missed something major, or this is one of the weirdest films I've ever seen in a thing. Cool. So this is after they've been arrested, and a lawyer tells them that they're not going to get charged, none of the charges will stick. A blind lawyer. What was that all about?
Okay, so he's also a character. Sorry, but he's not.
Firstly, why are you sorry? Secondly, what do you mean he's a character? I know he's a character.
So he's another superhero, naturally.
What?
Yeah, he's another superhero, and you'll come across him if you watch any more of the Marvel TV series. You'll come across him in those as well.
For fuck's sake!
Because he's dropped in here. He's a lawyer, like that is what he is.
But it was really, like I said to Joe, that actually genuinely looks offensive. Okay, we understand he's a blind lawyer, but why have they put those really bad glasses on him and then had his stick like laying across him like that, like, as if to say,
that's
no,
been his style. That's
his
always
style,
been. It's always been like that.
From what?
What do you mean from the comics and stuff?
Oh, he's in the comics.
Yeah,
I thought you meant from the TV show.
No. So he's a character that's called Daredevil, and his name's Matt Murdock. And you'll see later on. He's another crime fighter, basically. Yeah.
Right. Okay. We were sitting there just going, "What the fuck is that about?"
Yeah. No, it does. If that's the thing, if you. Yeah, see, not knowing like who he is, and like there's a whole TV series of him. Like, there's an entire TV series which isn't actually like part of the MCU stuff, but it's still Marvel.
Just don't tell me any of this.
Yeah.
I just put why did they make it comically clear that he was blind? Like,
no,
they might as well have. I mean, yeah,
he's Daredevil, but he's going to be more important going forward, like in future films and TV series and stuff.
Mm-mm. So. They decide to hide out in Happy Hogan's place because their home is absolutely covered in helicopters.
Yeah.
Is that the right phrase? The media is all up in their house. Peter Parker and MJ FaceTiming. Is this what young couples do these days? Isn't it awful?
Yeah, I think that's what they do. I mean, I'm assuming so, yeah.
I can't imagine. I don't think I have ever FaceTimed Joe
really
without there being one of the kids involved. So she's away, we FaceTime so she could talk to the kids. But me and Joe just FaceTiming would be weird.
Oh, we've done it loads because
really?
when we were living in different countries, we did it loads. You know, like doing things like that. It's common.
Oh man,
yeah,
not for me. Nah, not for me. Well, I don't like any of that.
Why? What's the problem?
Because I fucking hate myself. I think it's more than anything else. And I would spend the whole time, instead of talking and listening to Joe, just looking at my little picture.
Yeah, but
going,
you're
fucking
swipe,
horrible.
You can swipe your face off the camera.
I know it's there though, James. This is why I don't like doing Twitch streams and stuff, because I look at myself and say, "You weird-looking, bug-eyed freak." Do you know what I mean?
You're a handsome man, David. Don't worry. It's fine.
Cheers, James. Why do I, again, sarcasm seeping through?
What's the sarcasm? That was be nice.
Okay. Happy Hogan has a Farley mask. Did that make you feel cool
apnea.
Or not?
It did. I've written that down. Oh man, Happy has sleep apnea. That did.
Do you still use that every night?
Of course, I have to.
So anyone listening, James has sleep apnea, which means that mask that Happy Hogan was wearing, which is, again, like, it's really just, they don't explain anything, do they?
Yeah, I know, but that's just, I don't know. I mean, that sort of detail I always just think is to show, they're human and stuff,
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah.
But, like, if you didn't know what sleep apnea was...
Have it.
Yeah, I know. Of course, James. Like, that's not my argument. I'm not saying he shouldn't have had it, because that would be weird, right? That'd be a weird thing to say. What I'm saying is that if you didn't have sleep apnea, and you didn't know anything about sleep apnea, and you didn't know anything about those masks, you'd be sitting there going, what's he got that mask
You probably would think, is he dying?
Yeah.
Or something?
Are they trying to show that he's dying, or if he's ingesting some like super soldier serum? What's going on here?
Yeah.
But really, we know through experience that he's just
can't sleep very well. Yeah.
Doesn't sleep very well. Right.
He snores.
Such a bizarre detail. Right. Yeah. Excuse me. Going to school. Right, they're going to school now. Well, there's a bit that I highlighted here that I thought was strange.
Okay, but this is the bit that I really liked. There's just a tiny bit of detail from this.
Okay, well, you tell me in a bit.
Yeah.
But when they're walking into the school, they've gone from the day before to having several helicopters outside their apartment, thousands of people down on the street. When they're walking to school, it looks about 60 people waiting outside.
Oh, people got bored by now.
It was about 60 people the very next day. Yeah, they'd all moved on to the next big scandal, hadn't they?
Yeah.
What was the detail?
The thing that when they went into the school, and then there was that whole thing with the teachers being like, "Oh, we're so glad you're here" and all that. And then there's the other guy who just keeps on.
I've got that.
The conspiracy theorist.
Okay, wait. I've got that right. So my next thing is, why would you go to school at this point? After everything that's happened, Peter Parker's like, well, better go to school. Mm-hmm. I suppose you could say he's doing the MIT thing, that's his main motivation. But I was kind of like, you wouldn't, would you? You would not go into school. And then I put, shaping heroes / murderers is very funny.
Yeah.
His, what was it? The whole Mysterio was right. Like,
yeah. And he like walks off, and you just hear him go, "We know what you did. We know what you did."
That was a really good scene. I like that. Is it me, or does everyone just look way older in this movie? I'm talking Ned, MJ, Happy, and Spider-Man. Everyone just looks like 20 years older.
They do. They definitely look older. I mean, they're just about to graduate, aren't they? Yeah.
Ned especially. Yeah, but hold on.
He also lost a ton of weight.
Hold on. This follows on directly from the previous film. I'm talking between that film and this film, they all look like they've aged at least, 5 years. It was really weird.
Okay.
Yeah. Ned looks completely different in this, but okay. You can overlook that because of life. None of them got into MIT because of the Spider-Man team. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I bet MJ did get in. She ripped up her letter too quickly. I bet she fucking did.
See, that's wrong. What I thought as well. And I remember when I saw it in the cinema, thinking that when you have like a false memories, and I had a false memory that is what happened, and I was waiting for that to happen, but it didn't. So I must have just.
Well, it was so shady. They all looked at each other and went, "I didn't get in," and then she rips hers up straight away, and I'm going, "Well, she did get in, but she's saying she didn't because the other two didn't," and it's going to come out later that she could have gone, but she chose not to because friends are more important or something. So I had that on the back of my mind the whole time. But okay, that was just it's strange. Maybe I'm always looking for twists in these films. I don't really know why. Right, okay. This is now we're on page 2 of 7 notes.
Although there was, is this the point where MJ does a thing that expect disappointment and be disappointed?
Oh, I hated that.
It's like, I mean, that's my words to live by.
Yeah. But I just hated that because they mentioned it like 4 times. It didn't need mention him 4 times. Although saying that, they only did the whistling thing in Black Widow a couple of times. By the end of it, I was going, "What are they whistling for?" So maybe they did the right thing. Yeah. Also, I'll give you a little preview, James.
Go on.
In this film, it has one of the best scenes I've seen in any of these films. One of my favourite scenes in any of these films is in this one.
Okay.
Have that in your little back of your mind.
Oh, that's not what that's going to be now.
It's got
one of my favourites as well. But
what's one of your favourites?
I can't tell you.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Until we get there. I mean,
we'll wait till we
the
get
end
there.
of the film. But
okay. The lights made him think of Doctor Strange. Oh, that's it. He looked at the Halloween lights and thought Harry is proper excited about seeing Strange again.
Really?
He was going, "Oh, Doctor Strange, Doctor," and I was like, "But you hate him. Like you've got no interest in Doctor Strange." I think again, he's just sick of learning about new characters. Like
that's the thing, isn't it? It's just it's the familiarity is like makes you just feel great.
Yeah.
Especially, did you say you watched Eternals as well?
He watched Eternals,
Yeah. So after this, it must be amazing to see Doctor Strange again.
Yeah, because we've seen 450 new characters between. Yeah. I mean, really, what films have been in this? We've had. Oh shit! What film's been in this phase? We had Black Widow.
Black Widow.
Then what?
What's going on? I've completely forgotten.
What was after? Was it Eternals after Black Widow?
No, it wasn't Eternals. It was definitely
Shang-Chi.
That's it. Shang-Chi was good. Although again,
but he didn't. Again, it was a new character. So we've had Shang-Chi, we've had Eternals. So we've been introduced to 481 new characters. Yeah, Harry's done with new characters.
Most
he likes
of those
the old
from
ones
Eternals.
Yeah. So Doctor Strange, he was like, "Here we go." Why is Parker this famous? I put the identities of all the other Avengers are known, right?
Yeah.
So why is everyone like going, "Oh my god, get him"?
Because he wears a mask, doesn't he? Like,
and also he's the bad guy as well, isn't he?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So shut up, Dave. Right, okay, yeah. So Harry, when he turns up at Doctor Strange's house, Harry went ballistic. He went, "Oh, it's Doctor Strange's house," because he saw the window thing. And I'm looking at him going, "Harry, this is really blowing my mind. I did not think you'd give a shit about this. Maybe you're right."
It is. It's Eternals.
It's Eternals. It's broken his mind, yeah. I really hope we see Edward Norton soon. Harry, what's the matter with you? It went for the Dark World too. Harry Turner.
Let's watch it again.
Strange has a point. Peter's life issues barely seem important enough to fuck with time. Oh, yeah, and also he doesn't have a time stone, so that's another good excuse too. So this is when Peter's asking him to use the time stone to reverse back time so that no one knows who he is. It
does feel a bit self-indulgent, doesn't it?
Oh, mate, honestly, I've got trouble with these.
Me too.
This sets off a little bit of a problem on my head anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Equalizer is. An episode shot in the basement in the 80s.
That was a TV show called The Equalizer.
What was it about?
I think it was a detective thing.
So this was a gag where they were talking about the building that they were in, and he said, "Oh, yeah, an episode of The Equalizer was shot here in the 80s." I thought, that's a weird reference. I don't suppose many people would get that, would they?
No, well, that's the thing. Like, I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it, really.
Yeah,
so,
you'd have thought they'd have gone with something a little bit more famous. But okay. Spellcasting while Peter changes everything. So this is when... So he says, all right, I can't turn back time, but I can do a forgetting spell. So everyone will forget who you are. And then while he's doing it, Peter's going, no, actually, this person should know and this person should know. What I don't get is why he can't just tell them all again. Yeah.
Also, see, I've got problems with the whole of just doing this. Like, doing this is... Well... Like, I mean, this is the thing. Like, this is all Doctor Strange's fault. Like, completely.
Save it.
But go on.
I think I've got that line written down in these notes.
It's totally his fault. The whole thing.
Oh, and the fact that he's angry at Peter for it.
Yeah.
That's what I don't get.
That doesn't make any sense.
Okay. Listen, we're jumping ahead. It almost fucks up, but Stephen shuts the spell down. Strange kicks him out. Parker now using all his shit to try and get back into that college. I don't know what that means.
No, he's like wearing the suit and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And,
Then he gets his Peter Tingle. Oh, yeah. Right. So this is... Okay. So he's now trying to hunt down the woman that works for...
Not hunting her down. He's trying to have a conversation with the Vice-Chancellor of the university.
Okay. Right. Yeah. But he hunted her down. She's in a car on the way to the airport.
Hunting her down.
What is it then?
Just trying to have a conversation with her. That's not the same as hunting someone down.
Hold on. So trying to have some conversation with someone is like maybe going up to them and saying, hello, my name's... So. It's not asking people where that person is, finding out where they are, going directly to them while they're in a traffic jam.
That's still not hunting
and knocking
them down.
Yes, it is, James.
Of course
knocking on a fucking window. Roll the window down,
that's
please.
Still not hunting. Like, if I come home from school, from university, that's weird. I come home, and if Chet's not here, I'm not going to go up to Rachel and say, "Where's Mummy? Like, where's she gone?" And then go on like a massive chase to try and find her. I still wouldn't say that's hunting her down. I just say looking for her.
You would wait until okay, just hunting her down.
He's looking for her.
Okay, right. So what
sounds sinister.
And then I've put Octo time. So this is when Doc Ock turns up. Right. Yeah. I've got a question for you then. So this actor that plays Dr. Octavius.
Yeah.
He's the same actor as one of the other Spider-Man films, I assume.
Yes, it's Alfred Molina. Yeah.
So all of the enemies, the bad guys, they're all played by their original actors.
Yes, they are.
Right. So you must have... So when you went to see this in the cinema... Right, here's a few questions then.
Go on.
You went to see this in the cinema. Did you know Tobey Maguire and the Garfield was in it?
No, I didn't.
Right.
And the reason I didn't is because they lied a lot about this before the film came out.
Well, yeah,
because
you want to keep it as a secret, right?
And also, I was actually trying to avoid spoilers before I saw this because I knew it was going to be a multiverse thing, and I just wanted to be surprised.
Okay,
as I was watching it. Yeah.
But the moment you saw this actor playing Doc Ock again, surely your brain goes, well, the other Spider-Man are going to be in it.
Well, no, my brain went, I hope that's what's going to happen.
Right, okay.
But you never know.
That was like the big hint. Yeah, but hold on. You see like pretty much all of the original actors as the bad guys before we see the Spider-Mans.
Yes, you do.
So you must have known.
No, you don't, because there honestly, in the media, they were talking about this all the time in the run-up to the film, and they were constantly saying, like, no, we're not in it, it's not happening, and all that, or there's disagreements about this, it's not happening. And so these things happen in films all the time, where people just don't, they don't sign on or whatever, or they don't get as much money as they want or whatever.
Well,
so
I know. But you wouldn't have the whole fucking cast except for those in this film.
Yeah, you could do.
Because then you would sit there going, well, where are they then?
Well, no, not necessarily.
Necessarily, mate.
No, I don't think so.
I think so.
It was when I knew that he was in this because that had been that Octavius was in this,
Right?
Like, because that was like in trailers and stuff like that. So
Right.
it was clear that was going to happen.
But then, as I say, Jamie Foxx, Willem Dafoe, they're all bad guys in the other ones.
Yes, they are.
So how did you not know then, by that point, that the Tobey Maguire and the other
That's
fellas?
what I'm saying. I hoped that they would be, but then I didn't know for certain if they made the deal or not.
Okay, fine.
No, of course it doesn't. They could still turn up and they were not going to be in it.
All right.
Absolutely, that could have happened.
Right, so Ock knows Peter, but Peter doesn't know him. Now, I don't know. There are I don't know what that was.
What was that?
That sounded like when you run out of like Wi-Fi or whatever.
Yeah.
There are several bad guys in Spider-Man that I know through pop culture.
Yeah.
So I know Green Goblin. I know Dr. Octavius mainly through
he's in Spider-Man,
the game. Yeah, the game. Although I did know Dr. Octavius before then because it's just one of those characters that everyone knows, right?
Yeah.
It's like the Joker.
Yeah, exactly.
But then I also know, I know the ones from the games like the Rhino Man and all that. But there are lots that I don't. I have no idea who this lizard is.
Yeah.
Throughout the game, but we'll talk about him in a minute. Hold on, no. The lizard was in the Spider-Man game, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah.
But he was so different in this,
Yeah.
because the lizard in the Spider-Man game was all about the acid, spitting acid or whatever. Mm-hmm. Whereas like here, he just don't really do anything, does he? He just looks like one of the Koopas from, or the Goombas from the Mario movie.
He didn't do much in the film that he was in either.
No,
which was one of the problems.
Fine. Right. Okay. So here we go. Right. So Ock knows Peter. Peter doesn't know me. I'm assuming that the strangest spell fucked up the multiverse is what I've put. I don't know. Cars flying all over the gaff. This is cool stuff. So this is where Dr. Octavius is like slinging cars about and Spider-Man's dodging them. Look brilliant. Really exciting stuff. Really good. Saving the lady from MIT. Mm-hmm. Ha ha ha! Amazing when Parker takes control of his suit.
Yes,
what a brilliant moment. We all love that.
That was great because also, like, the reason that's brilliant is because he's doing that with all the Stark stuff, like the technology and everything, which doesn't exist in the other films, like, at all. So it's just kind of cool that he could easily defeat him. No idea.
Yeah, and we really liked also the way it all sort of unfolded where he nearly got stabbed, but his mask then turned into a chest plate to stop him from being killed. Yeah. So that's what revealed to Dr. Octavius that he wasn't the Peter Parker that he knew. Mm-hmm. All of that stuff. So which one was Dr. Octavius in then? Was he in the Garfield or Tobey one?
It was the Tobey Maguire ones. He was in Spider-Man 2. Like, he was the main headline for that, yeah.
Cool. Okay. When he takes control. I love how he just has Doc Ock under control. Yeah, like that was great. So controlled his tentacles and then used them to like stick in the ground and absolutely like it. Yeah, he sort of sticks him in the ground so he can't move, but he starts like swinging for him and stuff. And I loved all that. I thought it was really, really good. Mm-hmm. Now here's the Green Goblin.
Yeah,
being explained that everyone who knows Peter Parker in the other universes, everyone knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man is now in this universe.
Yeah, they're all getting like sucked in and like sucked through.
That was the explanation.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is absolutely Strange's fault. He seems to be blaming Parker, but no, this is absolutely Strange's fault.
It's his fault. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, don't do the spell. If you're doing the spell, make sure Parker's not like right in front of you. If you could be easily distracted that easily, make sure you do it in a little room away from everyone else.
Like morally, this is messed up. Like you're altering the minds of like everyone on Earth, like whatever. Just for it's crazy. It doesn't make any sense.
It's a weird. I mean, who cares? Everything's crazy and silly, but don't have a go at Peter Parker.
No, it's not his fault at all.
Yeah, I wish Peter went. Well, why didn't you do it right then? Oh, because you were annoying me. Well, don't have me in the room if I've got a potential to. If you'd have said to me, keep quiet, I'd have kept quiet, but you didn't say anything. I was stood right in front of you, Doctor. Stephen. Strange gives Parker a portal gun. That was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
A little thing on his wrist to zap them back into their cages. I love that. That line, I know a magic word myself. Please. I thought that was a brilliant line from NJ. Loved it. Made me smile a lot. I'm undecided on whether I like the Doc Ock acting or not.
Mm-hmm. Well,
that changes.
See, that's the thing, though, because all of these actors, they're doing exactly the same thing as they did in those films.
Yeah, so it's completely out of place in this. Yeah.
That's why it is jarring, because it's like tonally, they're like really different films.
I come to a definitive answer on whether I liked the acting for Doc Ock or not, but we'll get to that when I've noted it down. Ha 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 ha. Spider-Man in the forest. Oh right, this is funny, right? So Spider-Man. So
Spider-Man's.
It's explained that all of these bad guys need to be sent back to their own universes, right? Yeah. So that's where he gets the portal gun from, because he's saying, look, you need to get them all back into here for some reason.
Yeah,
they seem to just ignore that later, but
because it's just press the button.
Yeah, just press the button wherever you are. You're done. Yeah, that's the other plot hole that's doing my night.
It's a huge plot hole, because it's just many times, David, in my notes, I've got just push the button.
Yeah. Same here. So, and for some reason, the box with the button on top just made me think of, in the IT crowd where they find the internet.
Yeah.
It's like the whole thing was so stupid. Oh, it's a big box with a button on top. Come on. Anyway, where are we? So Spider-Man then goes off to try and find. There was a sighting. They thought there was a sighting of Green Goblin, right?
Yeah.
So he goes to this forest, but the way it's done, because you see stuff moving around in the background, we're like, there's going to be a massive jump scare here, and all of us, I thought it was hilarious. All of us were like holding our breath, waiting for this massive jump scare,
waiting for the goblin to come smashing.
Yeah, like Rah! It doesn't happen, but like the tension really made us all laugh at one point. That was pretty cool. Harry's laughing. There was a line, I can't remember who said it, where it was in quotes, "Are your tingles tingling?" Talking about this Peter Tingle. I think it was Ned on the phone or something. He says, "Oh, your tingle's tingling," and Harry was belly laughing. Thought it was hilarious. Electric Man.
Electro.
From Fahrenheit can't be portal gunned. Fires back with lightning. So you're talking about Electro. His name is.
Yeah, it's Electro. Yeah.
Because at the start he turns up like some big silhouette thing, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Covered in electricity. It just reminded me of that character at the end of Fahrenheit. Do you remember that game?
Yes, I do remember that game.
That final third of that was utterly bizarre.
You can watch me play that on Twitch if you go to our Twitch channel.
Oh, really?
You can. Yeah.
Was that the first time you played it as well?
No, it wasn't. It was the second time I played it. But,
okay.
Played through the whole thing.
Right. Joe says this is the one from Charlie's book, Electro or something. So Charlie has like tons of like Marvel books. This helped us a little bit, actually. His books and Spidey and His Amazing Friends. Have you seen that show?
Yeah.
Spidey and His Amazing Spidey and His Friends. He's your friendly neighborhood spider, and his teamwork can't be tighter. Whoa! What a theme tune that is, by the way. How do you know that?
What do you mean? I've seen it before.
Your kids are way too old to be watching that.
No, Asher puts stuff like that on sometimes, just because he loves all that. Like,
I don't believe you. Yeah. I bet you watch it.
I've seen them all many times. I recorded them onto VHS.
Whoa, go Webs, go! It's so good, isn't it? That theme tune is so good.
So you're watching this, and then you're like, pause it. Go and get the books for 5-year-olds, and we can figure out all these characters.
Well, it was funny because we showed bits of it to Charlie this morning. He's a massive Spider-Man fan. We showed bits of this to Charlie this morning, and he turned around and went, "Why is Doc Ock a boy?" I was like, "Oh, he just is in this film, mate. But Doc Ock's a girl." I was like, "No, not in this. I know it's a girl in Spidey and His Amazing Friends, but that's not. I don't know if that's canon."
It's not. It is now, but
Well, yeah. So, I suppose it is now, isn't it?
Yeah, they change it around. Yeah.
What do you mean they change it around? What does that mean?
What do you mean they gender swapped some of the characters, haven't they?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that Spidey and His Amazing Friends is probably canon. It's just in another universe, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'd love to see that. Cool. Spider-Man is not Charlie's favourite Marvel character. That would be the Hulk.
Really?
Yeah, because he just loves smashing the shit out of things.
I mean, that's fair play. Yeah. I like the Hulk a lot. It's great.
Did I tell? Yeah, I did tell you about what he said to me the other day. I've never been more mugged off by anyone in my life than when I turned up and said to Charlie, "Do you want to play Simon Says, Charlie?" He went, "Yep. Can I be Simon?" And I said, "Yeah, if you want, mate." I went, "Right, ready? Yeah." Simon Says, "Go away." I was like,
that is amazing. That is,
I looked at him, he laughed, and I just walked out. I just thought, I can't. He's 4 years old.
That is brilliant. I know. I love that.
I mean, the positive side of this, James, is no one will ever be able to mug me off as much as Charlie has.
That's incredible.
Like, ever. That's it. That's peak of getting mugged off. I love
stuff like this. Like this week, I went in, like, thought, see if Ash's room needed tidying up or whatever. So I went in there, and there was a piece of paper on the floor, and it had written on it, "Please turn over." So I turned it over, and he'd written, "Please turn over" on the other side. And I just...
Kids are amazing.
Just exactly, just doing stuff like that. It's just like, it's brilliant, isn't
it? Yeah. Right. Is that Sandman? This stuff is all lost on me. Yeah, I don't know Sandman.
He's not very interesting. I don't like him very much.
Well, this is the problem, isn't it? Like, as I said, 20-odd films, and I don't even know half of these characters. Well, they're not introduced. The thing, though,
with the villains, you've got, like, your top-tier ones, like Doc Ock and Green Goblin and stuff like that, and then you've got your, I'd say, like, lesser ones, like Sandman and people like that. Much less interesting,
Wind
honestly.
Guy.
Yeah.
Harry says Sandman is a good guy. I don't know how he knows this.
Yeah, he's not.
Oh, I do know. I do know how he knows this. Harry said, no, Sandman's a good guy. And I put, I, for one, believe him. And then I put, oh, no, apparently he's talking about, he's in Spidey and his amazing friends, apparently, and he's on the good side in that. So that's where Harry got that from.
In the other films, that his motivation for what he's doing is a little less, like, sort of villainous than... There's reasons for why he's doing what he's doing. It's not just, I want to destroy the world.
Right. How about this for... do you want to explain that? What is he doing?
What do you mean? I'm not going through the plot of Spider-Man 3.
Okay. Okay, this next line will make you chuckle. Jamie Foxx! Again, these films chuck up some really surprising appearances. Apparently not. Apparently not. Apparently this is a very normal appearance because he's already been in these films, right?
Yeah, well, he was in the Amazing Spider-Man films. Yeah.
Fucking hell. Jamie Foxx gets zapped, then Sandman gets zapped because he thought that Spider-Man killed him. Okay, fine. Yeah. So they're both back at base. Sadly, I've never felt more out of the loop with one of these films. I was really a bit down at this point because I'm like, I don't know who Sandman is. I don't know who the Electric Man is. I don't know any of these people, and they're not explained. What are their motivations? Why are they bad? I didn't know any of this stuff, and I was kind of like, oh man, I feel proper out of the loop with all of this.
But you see, that's the problem though. Like, this is the slight problem with this, because like the Doc Ock stuff, I think looked amazing, and also I was super happy to see that because he was great in Spider-Man 2, and Spider-Man 2 is a very good film, I would say. Yeah. Whereas these other ones are in much less good films, and they're much less interesting anyway. Like Electro and
but like, even knowing that, the idea of bringing them all together is like, I can still look at that and go, that's genius what they've done in this film. Like, it's also fucking brilliant. Also
incredibly difficult, like, to just bring in so many characters. Yeah. But it's very difficult.
Like, if I'd have seen all of those old Spider-Man films, I'd have been losing my mind.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm watching this and I'm like, this is brilliant. Like, I'm just really loving this.
It's such a shame that I didn't. Like, it sucks. Right, okay. The guy from Classics... Oh, right, okay. So we see who's the actor who's acting as Green Goblin. And I put the guy from classics such as Beyond Two Souls in 12 Minutes. Now, as Green Goblin. What did you write down?
I've got written down here, sometimes I remember that Willem Dafoe was in Beyond Two Souls.
And 12 Minutes. You're coming with me. Oh, God, awful.
But he's so good as Osborn, like, in this. I think he's great. But
right, okay. This is where things get interesting in the Turner household. Joe keeps saying that Willem Dafoe has been in one of these films before as someone's dad. Yeah. Right? I keep telling her that she's wrong, but she's having none of it. Right? So So then she looks it up because she always fucking does, right? She can't just leave it. I said, Joe,
hang on, you mean she doesn't want to just like agree with you, David? She wants to like see if she can work out with facts where you're wrong.
No, because we're watching the film. So like, wait until we're finished, and then we'll look into the history of the cast. But she can't. She has to do it there and then. And I'm like, well, can we do this later? I'm happy being wrong, but it was a misunderstanding because I thought Joe was saying that Willem Dafoe was in the Marvel films, so the ones that we've been watching. So basically, at this point in the film, I had no idea it was hinting back to previous films. Why would I? Like, I don't know any of these characters. I don't know any of these actors have played any of these characters. This was all news to me, right? But so we're sitting there, and Joe's going, Willem Dafoe's been in these films. And I'm going, no, he hasn't. We've seen them all. Willem Dafoe's not been in any of these films. Yes, he has. He played someone's dad. I said, Joe, absolutely not. We've watched 26 of these films now, and he's definitely not. So anyway, she then looks it up, and apparently he's in one of the older Spider-Man films. So now everything starts clicking into place. Like,
so is this point that you realise what was going on?
Well, how would I know what was going on?
I guess so, but it's just a bit strange that, like,
go on.
I don't know, but especially like Doc Ock, like that was an iconic thing of like the mid 2000s. Everyone knew that he was doing that.
Who was?
It was like Alfred Molina was. I
don't even know that actor. I'd never even heard of that actor before.
I know, but the whole that Spider-Man 2 was massive.
But we didn't watch it, James.
I know, but it was massive. It was one of the biggest, in fact, I think it was at the time the biggest superhero film there's ever been.
But I
know
told
you've not watched any, but you surely would have got cultural bleed through,
mate. Honestly, when it comes to when we did the Star Wars stuff, I had no idea who Mark Hamill was. I'd never heard that name before. Apart from that, he used to do lots of voiceovers for video games. I'd heard the name Mark Hamill in that respect, but not that he was Luke Skywalker.
I do realise I'm on shaky ground here, seeing as I didn't know who Harry Styles was last time.
Well, this is it, isn't it, James? But I told you, I had no interest in superheroes growing up, just no interest. So I was a Spider-Man film. That was it for me. I think we watched the first one. I think me and Joe may have watched the first one. Yeah, but we didn't watch any more because I just didn't like that stuff. But anyway. Okay.
It's just, I don't know. So this is the point then at which it clicked for you that this is actually people from all the other films and they're being dragged in.
I didn't know that the others were from other films, but I thought that I didn't know for sure, but my brain just went, oh, so, that's when I went, oh, Jamie Foxx, I was really surprised that he was in this, but I guess he was in the previous ones as well, and that's what's going on. So that's where my brain was at. Okay. She's looked him up apparently, and he was in one of the older Spider-Man films. Now he's chatting up May. He wasn't chatting her up. He was pretending to be a homeless guy in the homeless shelter or something.
No, he wasn't pretending to be a homeless guy. He turned up there because he knew that's where
he was just freaked out. Yeah, right. He was just freaked out.
And he was just like, I need help. Right, I need help. Yeah.
Why is May getting involved in all this? Don't send them home. Is better for them or for you? Yeah. Why was she getting involved?
I don't know. I mean, also, I don't understand her logic for a lot of this film at all. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they tried to turn her into a bit of a superhero, didn't they, really? So that the inevitable... Well, right, here's the thing. They tried to turn her into more than what she was so that a certain scene had more of an impact. Yes. In my opinion, it did not need that. At that moment, we all knew how important May was to Peter Parker. They didn't need to try and make her some sort of hero in her own right before they killed her off.
But what they were trying to do is they were trying to make it that she was imparting on him this idea that nobody is beyond redemption.
Oh God!
And all that, and
honestly,
that you got to help people and all that sort of stuff.
I've got a problem.
I know. Well, I've got a problem with that as well.
Okay, right. So I said, this is way above your station, May. So this is when he was talking about, we've got to send them home. We've captured all the bad guys. We've got to send them home. And she's like, it's better for them if they go home. Is it better for them or is it better for you? Well, it's better for the universe.
Yeah, it's better for everyone.
Can we just get them home, please? I still can't get over J.K. Simmons as Jameson. It's such a shift from Whiplash. Okay, right, that's done. Sandman talking about how Doc Ock and Green Goblin died. Is he talking about the other films? There we go.
Yeah,
it's clicked. Yeah. Is this all based around films that I haven't seen? And then I've put in caps, after watching 26 Marvel films. Yeah, essentially.
Yes, it is.
Yes, essentially. Yeah. I mean, can you see why I would be so angry about this?
I could just see you sitting there just going, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, really. I'd put the effort in. We've watched God knows how many hours of Marvel content in this past year.
Oh, it's amazing. This is like, do you know, David, okay, I'll level with you here. I wish I'd thought of this as being like a thing, as being like a troll. It would have been amazing.
You didn't pick up on the fact that I'd be angry at this.
No, I didn't, and I really wish I thought of this because it would have been brilliant if this had all been like a long game, like to make you watch all these films.
What I find amazing is that this is the film that this is the film where I said, I wouldn't mind seeing that new Spider-Man film, but I need to watch all the others to understand it. I mean, I get to it, and I don't understand it because it's about other films.
Well, not just that, but actually, you could have got away with watching 5 films instead of 26.
Oh my God, you are so right. Also, I think about you, Sean, and Matt saying go and see Spider-Man. Yeah. And then when I go back and forget the 5 Spider-Man films I should have watched, I wouldn't have known of what fucking thing was going on if we went to see this.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
The whole opening 10 minutes, Mysterio was right.
Yeah.
Who's Mysterio?
Yeah. Why is he right?
Why is he right? There's a bit where he's like, they were arguing about aliens. They thought, oh, he's an alien. I thought what colour is he? He was green. Yeah, I thought a purple one. I'd be sitting there going, what the fuck are they talking about?
Why is there aliens like this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's Nick Fury? It's
so true. It's so true. Why do we care about this guy in a suit going out with Aunt May?
Yeah.
Honestly,
why has he got sleep apnea?
You imagine me in the cinema. Yeah. You know how much kids ask questions about films? Like, all my answers would be, I don't know, mate. I don't know what's going on.
Should have watched Ghostbusters.
We should have watched Ghostbusters. Oh my God. Yeah, could you imagine if I took him to the cinema to watch this?
Yeah.
What was the film about, babe?
Like,
I don't know. I don't know.
There was loads of Spider-Men.
There was a guy with a little beard that fucked up a spell.
Yeah. I think he was a wizard. I don't know.
I don't know what's going on. Imagine if I'd have gone to see this. I never want to hear anyone say that about Marvel films again. This is standalone. No,
it's really
probably not.
But as I said, you could definitely have got away with just watching the Spider-Man ones, and then you'd have been fine.
Well, I would have understood more of this film if I just watched the Spider-Man films. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. All right, okay. Why is this, in quotes, should we send them back or not thing a debate? Send them back.
Exactly. You just send them back. And it's like, because the thing is, there's that whole thing that she's going on about how, like, you've got to help people and, got to help them to change and everything. But you're just interfering. Like, you don't know what impacts and what that's going to do.
I know.
It
takes it all on his own. Right, here we go. Harry just said, right, he says this, right? He's sitting on the sofa. He pointed this out before he'd even thought of it, like me and Joe. Hold on. If all the Peter Parkers know who Peter Parker is, shouldn't there be about 1 million Spider-Men in this universe now?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, yeah, you're absolutely right. There should be 1 million. There should be 1 million. There was only another 2, but let's not go into that, James.
They're the only ones I've made so far. But yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, no, there was... we'll talk about this later, but yeah. You've seen Into the Spider-Verse, right?
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah, because they were... Okay. I'll forget.
They're not linked.
About it later. No, they are.
What?
We'll talk about this in a bit when we got to the end, because there's more things that are going to annoy you about this, but go on.
Now it's time for Spider-Man versus Doctor Strange. So they have that sort of battle through the Mirrorverse, do they call it?
No, it's the Mirrorverse.
They mentioned this it's from Doctor Strange.
Yeah, it's not reality. It's like
it's not reality. Yeah, it's the one where it's Inception. Strange punches Parker into another realm. This is the worst thing in all these movies, I think, is what I've written.
This has happened before, isn't it? When they did this to the Hulk
do it all
as well.
the time. There's loads of it. punching him into another realm. It was the whole. It happened about 8 times in the first Doctor Strange film.
They did it to him, didn't they, as well? Yeah.
And I was like, this was so crap. And then it didn't even work because he could still control his body. I said, this makes it even more pointless now.
Well, no, you could argue that that's just like instinct, isn't it?
Okay,
like it's
fine.
the spider.
Yeah, I know, but so what's the point in punching him into another realm then? It's crap.
It looked good. I think it looks good.
I don't think it looks good. The Inception escape scene looks amazing, though. All that stuff looked good.
There was that bit that was just like Portal. Basically, where they were like,
well, this is it. I put the mirrored dimension is just something to show off how cool, show off the cool shit computers can do these days, doesn't it? Isn't it? Spider-Man wins and then tries to help the bad guys. That's not who he is. And I put, he's a fucking idiot, apparently. Yeah. Like, why would you do that? I'm sorry. Hey, it's just not who he is. He wants to help everyone. Yeah, I know, but you probably help more people by sending them back, right?
Yeah. As I said, it doesn't make sense like this at all.
Why have I put thirsty? Why, yes, I'm thirsty.
Oh, that was it Aunt May said that to
Doc Ock? Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah. So Aunt May says it to Doc Ock. I said, well, yes, I'm thirsty. That's when I said, oh no, actually, I do like Doc Ock in this. I think he's great. And then Peter puts a microchip in his neck, and now he's all right. Yeah, he's a good guy now. Happy Hogan has a Ring doorbell and acts like he's special. Like he's like, hey, I just saw you on my doorbell camera. And I'm like, everyone's got one of them, mate. You ain't anything special. Have you got one?
Even I haven't got one, but my parents have got one.
Don't you have to subscribe to them?
Yeah, they pay like £3 a month, I think it is, or something.
What a piss take.
Yeah.
For your own doorbell.
Yeah.
It's a subscription service for your fucking doorbell.
Well, it's for the it's for the
live
storage space
stuff. Yeah,
it's for like storing all the video and stuff. But it is ridiculous.
Okay. Now a Tony Stark thing on Electric Man. So this was he puts that little metal thing on the Electric Man's.
To drain his
to drain his electricity out of him. So, okay, fine. Peter Tingle time. Something's happening. Green Goblin was being cheeky.
Yeah.
Spider-Man stopped him. So he was just about to attack everyone. Spider-Man stops him. Fine. Electro Man, also a bad dude, right? So he doesn't want to be free of his powers. So he starts fighting back. And they're all attacking Doc Ock, who's now a good guy and trying to fight alongside Spider-Man. Right. So what's Green's Goblin thing then? He doesn't feel pain or something. Peter is battering him and he doesn't feel anything.
Yeah, so his character was part of like an experiment that obviously goes kind of wrong. And I think it was for creating like strong people and things like that, and it kind of doesn't work out right. And then he gets this like split personality kind of thing where the Green Goblin is like the split personality of his character, and he's kind of awful and horrible.
What? So he just goes. Sometimes he just pops out and turns into Green Goblin, like a bit like Hulk.
Yeah, and kind of. Well, no, it's more. Yeah, it's like sometimes that part of his personality is more dominant than the regular part. And I mean, in the first film, his whole thing was he ran Oscorp, which was like a military contractor.
Yeah, Oscorp is in the game, right?
He's in the games. Yeah.
So, what was that little flying surfboard he's got?
Yeah, you see that in the films, like in the first Spider-Man film, that was like made by his company, like his military contracting company.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so here's a question: what's the Silver Surfer? I've heard that before.
That's another character, but I think that's connected with X-Men, from what I remember.
Oh, is that X-Men? Is it?
I think it's X-Men. Someone will correct me.
Is he just like the Green Goblin but silver?
No. He's like an intergalactic being kind of thing that goes from planet to planet and everything. Yeah, he's like a whole other thing. Yeah.
Okay, why are they not pressing the button on Strange's Q thing is what I've put here.
I know.
At this point where they all go rogue, they're all overpowered, press the green button. Green button? Press the button on Strange's Cube, you're done. Yeah. Game over. Nothing to worry about. And then anyway, Green Goblin decides not to kill Spider-Man for some reason, attacks May with his surfboard.
Yeah.
May's delivery of "with great power comes great responsibility" is a bit weird, right?
Well, yeah, because also people are weird about this because it's the way she words it is different to the way
she does. She says, "With great power comes." Well, how does she word it? I noticed it was different.
Yeah, it's because I wrote this
comes
down
along
somewhere.
with great responsibility or something like that. But the way she says it as well is a bit weird.
Well, that's the thing, because also it's different to how it's said in the other films. Like the other films, they say it differently, but actually, it turns out that the way she said it is how it was originally said in the comics.
Oh, that's good. That's nice then. I like that.
So they changed it back
cool.
to that. Yeah.
Okay. And then I put, she's not dying. What? What on earth? I did not see this coming. Oh man, this is horrible.
Yeah,
this film got really sad and dark.
It gets really dark suddenly. Yeah.
So, this was incredibly emotional. I thought, really well done, but also really horrific. Like Harry seemed fine with it, but I was like, there's some real lingering shots on a dead woman's face here, and that's really hard to watch. Intentionally so I'm sure, but I
mean, also it was kind of, for me though, it was undercut all the time by her saying you did the right thing, and I just think no, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He's basically
do the right thing,
and for a load of people that have got problems.
He got you killed.
Been sent back.
Yeah. He got you killed
for a load of super criminals.
Yeah. Joe, right at this point, this is the quietest part of the film. The first time this happened throughout all these films, Joe had a go at me for typing. So I'm obviously sitting there watching it in my front room on my sofa with my laptop on my lap, and I'm typing my notes away. So I've written, oh man, this is horrible. This film got real sad real quick. And then Joe went, can you just stop typing? This is really like an important part of the film. So they're all seeing like May die and it's all quiet about it. And they're just hearing, all they're hearing is, just like, fuck's sake, stop it.
It's a shame it's not a mechanical keyboard.
Okay. MJ is going to press the box. It's insane that she hasn't already done it. To be honest.
I know. Again, I've got written down it. Why don't they just send the ball back?
Not only that. If she did press it, you'd go, well, it's a bit fucking late now, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you were going to press it anyway, do it before May dies. Ned works out magic.
I've also got written down here. J. Jonah Jameson has a point. Peter has been trying to play God, thinking he can have it all ways.
Yep.
And it's just
he's absolutely right there. Yeah. Absolutely right. You love a bit of right wing media anyway, didn't you? So you were bang on board with Jameson.
I mean, you did turn me onto it, Dave, and so it's
How did I do that? By sending you those TikToks.
Sending me.
Yeah.
It is right. See, it's like... he's got a point. Oh, go on.
Ned works out magic. I didn't like the Ned magic thing, and we need to talk about Ned at the end of this film.
Yeah.
So like, let me get this right. Doctor Strange spent years and years learning the ways of the, sorcery.
Well, not years. He didn't spend that long either. To be fair,
he spent longer than Ned.
Longer than Ned. Yeah.
What was even worse? Ned didn't even get taught it.
No, it's true.
He just had the ring. Yeah. He had this like knuckle duster thing.
Seems all you need is a knuckle duster
to say, "Oh, I hope this happens."
Yeah.
How did you know how to do that with his hands?
No, it's by accident, wasn't it? That's the whole thing.
But he did the symbol that Wong does. Maybe there's a bit earlier in the film where he watches him do it.
It was just accidental or something.
Okay, right, okay. But that's not Peter. Ha ha ha! It's one of the old Spider-Men from the other films.
It is
the last person in the world to get this. The last person in the world I was. Harry was right. And he said, I knew it. When he come for it, it's really good.
But honestly, Dave, when I saw this in the cinema, I was made up when this happened.
Yeah, I wasn't. I was angry.
It was great.
I was fuming. Yeah. Now Tobey Maguire is here. Yeah. So is this their way to say that the other films are all part of it, really?
Well, kind of, yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah. It does feel like I'm missing out on this a bit. Which is, you're sitting there going, oh my God, this is crazy. And I'm sitting there going, I'm not feeling the feelings they want me to feel.
See, that's the thing, like Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man, that's something from 2002, 2003? Yeah. So it's just kind of cool to see him doing that again. Yeah. And even Andrew Garfield, who... The Amazing Spider-Man and The Amazing Spider-Man 2...
You said that was running after the Marvel Cinematic Universe started, right?
Yes, and also they were after the Maguire films, and they weren't very good. And he was all right in them, but then he's really good in this one, I thought.
No, right. I think Tobey Maguire was terrible in it.
I know, but Andrew Garfield was great.
Okay.
I really liked him.
I just don't like Tobey Maguire. It's just weird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's probably not a nice thing to say, but what can you do? It does feel like I miss out on this a bit. even by the acting in these scenes, it's clear that Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, he is absolutely the best choice.
You watch all three of them, and you're going, I'm so glad they moved on to Tom Holland.
But the thing is, like I'm saying though, like Andrew Garfield could have, like, he was much better in this, I think, than any of the other two films.
Right.
And it pointed towards he could have been something better, I think, than he was given the chance to, which was a shame.
Oh yeah, I've just remembered how sad everything is. So yeah, so they have this great scene which is there for the fans, and everyone must have been going nuts. Like, was there cheering in the cinema and stuff?
Not where I went, no, because I saw it in Germany. And,
booing, if anything. But then you had this big, like, celebratory. There was this great scene, and then they cut to, like, was it Tom Holland as Peter Parker just crying on a roof?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, May's dead. Oh, for fuck. Yeah. Honestly, it seems pretty mad that May is dead because Parker wanted to make the bad guys good again.
Yeah.
I know, the motivation is just so terrible.
He sacrificed her for the bad guys.
He
basically
sacrificed her so he could save people that he would never see again ever.
Or didn't even know where, if they get sent back, whether they're going to die instantly anyway.
Exactly.
It's like...
what a load of old shit.
Also, this bit, though, has got the bit of ropiest CGI, I thought, in it.
Go on.
This bit. You know when they... So Garfield and Maguire turn up, right?
Yeah.
But when they swing in and everything, it looks really ropey.
I think some of the swinging is very sus in this. There's bits earlier on as well where, like in the opening montage and stuff, where I was like, oh, that's weird. It looks like they move in a cell along a thing. Not distractingly bad, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think the transition of them swinging and landing is not quite nailed yet in these films, is it? Yeah. I think that's what does it anyway. I said for some reason this film feels really long at this point. I thought there'd be like 30 minutes left, but there's an hour. Maybe because so much has happened. Yeah. I think that plays a part in it. It's so fast paced that you're like, fucking hell.
But it's not boring though, is it? It's like, I mean,
no, it's not boring.
I was still gripped like through the whole of this.
I think I thought this was a 2-hour film, and actually it's a 2.5-hour film. They don't give a shit about the length of the films anymore, do they?
It's one of the longer ones as well, like out of the whole lot.
So is Strange just floating in a mirror dimension throughout all of this? Yeah, I find out that he was.
Yeah. Bit weird. He wasn't very pleased about it either.
Harry's now, he forgave him like within seconds, so it's hardly... Harry's now asking why there's only 2 Spider-Men. He thinks there should be way more. He's got a point. Seeing as it was made clear that everyone who knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man should be in this universe, why is there only 2 Peter Parkers in this universe?
Well, because the thing is that the whole point, like, this film is a massive load of fan service, as I said.
Yeah.
And so one of the things with that is that there hasn't been other films. Like, well, there has, but they were like a very, very
I know, but they could have just brought in other Spider-Men.
Yeah, but then they wouldn't have had any resonance for people. That's why they didn't. Because I know for you it doesn't matter because you've never seen those films anyway. But there's still, the whole thing is that there's still, like, even bringing like the bad guys back, there was like a resonance there because you've seen them. You've seen on them before. I mean, originally, like with Into the Spider-Verse, they were going to have like Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire in them as well.
Right.
But then Sony decided not to because they thought it would undercut this. And it was like, they were... Yeah,
they're probably right, aren't they? Yeah. Spider-Verse is just fucking such a great film. We watched a trailer for the second one again today. I'm worried. I was a little bit worried.
Okay, we'll see. I
mean, they've not put a set wrong, but whatever. I was just a little bit like, I was like, this looks like it's all... I don't know. Right. I'm missing out on so many references to other Spider-Man films here. So this is the other thing, right? So this is the scene where they're all in the lab together.
Yeah.
And they're having constant dialogue about stuff that's happened in films that I've not seen.
Yeah. And there's also references, though, to other stuff, which is like so, like Ned says to, like, Peter, he's just suddenly, he hears all this conversation. He's like, I promise I'm never going to, like, go bad and try and kill you.
Yes, that's right.
But then actually, like, in the comic books, he does, because he becomes a character called the Hobgoblin.
Yeah, but okay, that's fine. But that was in reference to something one of the others said, oh, my best friend went and kicked that. And then Joe turned around and said, oh, yeah, that was, I might have a note in this. Yeah, I might have a note in this where but I'll say it now. one of them said, "Oh yeah, I had a friend, but he turned on me." And Joe was like, "Yeah, that was the Green Goblin's son."
It's James Franco.
And I was like, "What?" She said, "Yeah, that was Green Goblin's son." I was like, "How do you know this?" "I've seen the films." I was like, "Right, okay, when?" So she knows. No, she was getting more than I was, and I'd watched 26 films, James, or whatever.
I know, but you didn't see the one with James Franco in.
No, I didn't see that one. I'm actually pretty mad about this. In my friend died in my arms. There you go. Joe said that that was Green Goblin's son. Or something.
It was. Yeah.
The Statue of Liberty has Captain America's shield on now.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Did I miss something, or is that the first time I've seen that?
It's it's mentioned in the TV shows. It's
Which
mentioned
one?
in that. I don't know if it was in Ms. Marvel or whether it was in. Oh, which one was it? I was in Hawkeye. I think it was mentioned.
Oh, right. And we're not that far into Hawkeye.
It's mentioned in Hawkeye. Just a throwaway comment, but it's the thing.
Right.
But then also, I don't know if you saw, but on the TV, there's like a thing which says that like people didn't agree with it being done. Like,
right. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Odd, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very odd. Talking about Tobey Maguire creates his own webs or something. Oh, right, okay. So he creates his own webs, and where the others have got, right, okay, whatever.
They've got little devices.
You're right, this is all fan service, this bit.
Yeah.
They're talking about the old films now. They need to stop doing this. It's pissing me off.
They don't do it for very long.
They do, for ages. That whole fucking scene is them talking about the other films.
It's only about 3 or 4 minutes long. It's not that long.
I was angry, James.
You're just sitting there being annoyed that you've watched 26 films.
Fuming. Joe's doing that thing where she keeps asking me to turn the volume up and then asking me to turn the volume down again. That's not helping. Do you get that?
Yeah, because I do that sometimes because it's like you can never quite get it at like exactly the right volume,
well, I think what it is that don't watch it like many of the default players have the default setting is 5.1, right? Mm-hmm. Dolby Surround, but no, not many. But we haven't got that.
Yeah, we haven't got surround. Yeah.
So the music and the vocals are all out. And it's all like you have to keep turning it up and down or whatever. Mm-hmm. Whereas if you set it to just like stereo, it's just way better.
Yeah.
Now I've got that set up on my Xbox I've got that set up on my TV where we watch Disney Plus. Mm-hmm. But this isn't on Disney Plus. So my brother-in-law James, he lent me the Blu-ray, so we were watching this, and I didn't change it to stereo or whatever on Blu-ray. So yeah, Joe was turn it up. Oh, it's a bit loud. Can you turn it down?
I didn't think of that. I should do that with my TV.
Yeah, you should. Yeah. But I wanted. Do you want the remote so you can do it? Because I don't care if it's too loud. You just take the remote. But she won't. She'll just go, can you turn it up? Can you turn it? I was really angry. 26 films. Electro Man turns up, zapping everyone. Okay. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Sorry. My voice is going. This is weird. Mm-hmm. And Lizard Man. Sorry, why are they not pressing the button on the cube?
I
know,
again? Just press the button.
Yep, so this is where they're all attacking the bloody Statue of Liberty.
But, because, this is, like, you said that they talk about all the, the old films a lot and all that kind of stuff, and they do that on the Statue of Liberty as well, because there's so many references. Well, that's what I'm talking about, yeah. Like, there's so many references as well. I mean, there's quite a funny one as well, which was with the backache thing. Like,
what was the backache thing?
Right, so what that was there's a couple of stories attached to this, but the main one was that for Spider-Man 2, allegedly, Tobey Maguire was kind of like saying, "Oh, I've got black problems and all this. I don't know if I want to be Spider-Man." And basically, he was trying to get more money. Right, like, he was trying to get like a better contract or whatever. But then, what's it called? Sony were just like, "Well, fine, we'll get someone else then, like, to do it." And then he was like, "Oh no, I'm fine. It's okay." And so it's referenced in that film as well. Like, and they always talk about him having these back problems. And then it's quite funny that then, like Garfield comes along and like helps him because he is the one who took over eventually, from it. And there's also like him, like, Tobey Maguire saying to him, like, "You're amazing," and all that kind of
this
thing.
This is just pissing me off.
It's great. It's great. Me off. You know it all. It's great. It's all just little references.
Going into this, James, I thought I knew it all.
Yeah.
I'd love to know how many hours of Marvel stuff I've watched.
Quite a lot.
To get to a film that I don't understand
clearly not enough.
Single reference. Sandman cured.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, the speech about working together as a team has instantly made me like all three Spider-Man working together. There was this stuff about, that how they will talk about, Maguire and Garfield. was saying, "Oh no, we work alone. We've never worked in a team."
Yeah.
And then Holland was
talking
like,
about Avengers.
Yeah, talks about it. I loved all that. That was great.
Especially when he said all that, and then like Tobey Maguire was like, "What's that?"
Yeah,
yeah.
I sat there though, James, and I went, "Yeah, no," because when I was in the Avengers, I was like, "Oh, thank God, something in this film that I understand." Right, Sandman cured. Lizard Man works out where the box is, so they run through a portal, didn't they? Ned and MJ. And they're trying to close the portal. He doesn't know how to close the portal for some reason. Lizard Man, I mean, again, it all services the plot because the portals have been closed every single time apart from this one.
Do you know what I was hoping was going to happen with that? And it never would have done because it would have been horrific. I was hoping they were going to do the thing where the Lizard Man tried to jump through and then he closed it.
And he chopped him in half. That would have been good. But, that goes against everything that he's trying to do, though. So it completely destroys the plot. Doc Ock comes to save the day. I like what they've done with him in this movie. Although I bet some people were pissed about it, right?
No, I don't think so. No, not at all.
Really? Because I would have thought, if I was a fan of Spider-Man, Doc Ock is like this legendary villain. And in this film, he's a villain for about 20 minutes.
No, but then he's always been one of the more sympathetic villains anyway.
I get that, and that was certainly reflected in the game.
Yeah,
but there's still part of you that wants to see him be like a proper villain for a film, right?
I think it's also because like in all of these situations, especially like with Spider-Man 2 as well, there's always this thing of like he could be good. Like it would be nice if he could just go back to being good again.
Right,
and they kind of did that with this, which was good. I
thought. Strange is back just in time to see Peter's plan working. I put in quotes, "There's got to be a black Spider-Man out there somewhere."
Yeah,
and then I put, "I cannot fucking wait for Miles Morales to join these films."
And it is going to happen, I'd imagine, because it's that was like such, because that was Electro said that, and he's like, I'm surprised it's like two, like these two have turned up. That one is one, and it's
I meant honestly. So after this film, I played loads of Miles Morales again, and I was like, I just love the recklessness of Miles Morales so much more than the preciseness of Peter Parker. I love the sort of real young, clueless, completely out of their depth. Now, they try and do that with Parker, especially in like the first Avengers film that he's in. But he's still slick, whereas the whole thing with Miles Morales is that he's a fucking mess. Yeah. And he's just struggling to stay upright all the time. I love it. And I mean, this is only based on the film and, Into the Spider-Verse and the game. I don't know the character beyond that. But we need to see Miles Morales now, I think. Right. Green Goblin shows up again. Garfield says, May. Joe says, oh yeah, his one died.
Oh, this is,
This?
So he saves MJ. And
saves MJ is what I was supposed to say. Garfield saves MJ. Joe goes, because she'd seen the films.
Yeah, because he fails to save the one in his film.
Yeah, that's right.
Not MJ, it was Gwen. But and then this is kind of like the redemption to him, and I thought that was lovely. I thought that was really good.
Yeah, it would have been great if I'd have seen the film. Yeah. Is Ned going to turn into a full-time wizard?
Don't know, do we? We don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. Well, not yet.
You don't.
No, not yet.
Ned's absolutely going to be a full-time wizard.
I mean, I'd imagine probably he is. I mean,
that's the whole point in this film.
Turned up as the Hobgoblin, I think that'd be more interesting. I'd like to see him as a villain.
Okay, but he's definitely going to be a wizard. I mean, I suppose because there was the fact that he was using the magic, the fact that Doctor Strange went, shit, that's excellent.
Shit, I think he turns up in the next Doctor Strange. I think.
What are you talking about? You saw this months ago, right?
I did, yeah, but I can't remember. I've only seen it once.
Wow.
It's the next one we're going to watch.
Okay.
And I think he might turn up in it, like in Camotage, the place, where they're all doing it. I think he might be in there.
All right.
I can't remember.
That was referenced in this, wasn't it? Camotage, they would talk about having parties there.
Yeah.
Which is quite funny. Right. Excuse me. I really hope Peter kills Green Goblin and doesn't turn into a boffin again. Right, so this is where they're fighting on the shield, and it looks like Peter Parker's just about to...
He's probably going to end him, isn't he?
Yeah. And I think he does, really, because if it wasn't for
If it
one of the
wasn't
other
for
Spider-Mens,
Maguire,
he
stopping
would have
him.
absolutely killed Green
Yeah.
Goblin without a shadow of a doubt. So
Yeah.
I was all right with that. I said, he killed May. Get the job done, son. And then he's got fighting on the shield. Toby stops him. Okay, I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
He'd have lobbed his head off if he didn't. And now he's dead. Oh, I was talking about Maguire.
He's not, though.
And then I put, kill him. Because he said, you are the one that killed her. Well, you weren't. If you didn't lob the grenade at her or whatever it was, then
exactly.
she'd still be alive. But anyway, I put, for fuck's sake, just kill him. Enough with this serum shit. Peter asking for a new spell, making everyone... Right, okay, so he saves... I mean, I didn't really like the transition back into that guy's character. What's the guy's character's name?
Oh, you mean Norman Osborn, yeah?
Yeah. I didn't really like the transition back because you had, Willem Dafoe was...
He's like chewing up the scenery, isn't he, for like the whole film, and then he's like...
What did I do?
I'm sorry.
What did I do? It's like, okay. You're good now. Right, okay. Here we go. Peter asking for a new spell. He goes up to Doctor Strange and asks him to do another spell, making everyone forget who he is this time.
Yeah.
One problem with this, why didn't he say, okay, let's do the spell again, but here are the people up front.
Yeah.
I thought about this that I don't want this to happen to, okay?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Why has it got to be, okay, now this time everyone? Okay, fine. But he'll still be Spider-Man, though, right? So it's not the end of the world, is what I mean.
Yeah, and everyone will know that Spider-Man exists.
Yeah, exactly, right.
And that he's been part of the Avengers and all that kind of stuff.
Well, there's a little bit of a plot hole here, I think, but we'll get to it. These scenes with the Spider-Men are awkward, right? Like turning up at a place that you used to work at and then trying to be mates with a person sitting at your desk.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any awkwardness there, do you reckon? There must be.
They did the whole... You know the meme, right?
No.
You know there's that famous meme.
Where they point at each other?
Yeah, and they recreated that.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they
that's
did
great.
that, yeah. It's quite funny, you know.
But there must be part of it. It's like, well, I was supposed to be Spider-Man, and now you're Spider-Man. Brilliant.
Well, the actors they do the standard actor thing of saying, oh, it was so nice for us all to be together and all that, yeah.
Sure. I bet Tom Holland is earning way more than all of those.
Almost certainly. And Andrew Garfield sitting there just thinking, this could have been me.
yeah. MJ, what was it? Well, MJ, MJ, what if that doesn't work? Right. Okay. So
is this Dave, is this because you were trying to type quietly?
No. I'm just trying to work out because this is in quotes. So, he goes down. Spider-Man goes down, and he explains to MJ and Ned that you're gonna forget me, right? So the spell's gonna happen. You're gonna forget me, and she's like, "Well, I'm not gonna forget you. I'm not gonna forget you." She said, "You come up to me. You explain to me who you are. I will remember you." Yeah. And then it's like, "Oh, well, what if that doesn't work?" And I put, "Good point. Although the alternative is that the world ends or something, and those things that Doctor Strange is fighting back are just going to enter this universe. So, you know, it's probably worth taking the chance, isn't it?"
Also, though, I'm just thinking about this. Why didn't he tell him? Okay, forget about the whole, make sure these people remember who I am and all that. Why not just get everyone to forget I'm Spider-Man? Like, why not just do that? And then they still know be friends.
They'd still be friends. Yeah, good point. Right, okay. Kiss scene, Joe cheered. Is this the first time MJ and...
No, they've kissed before.
Yeah, they have kissed before, right, yeah. Strange sending everyone back, so all of the people, they sort of quantum leap back into their own dimension, don't they? They do that same effect. Jameson talking about how no one knows who Spider-Man is, so this is now in the new future. Parker finding MJ. Right, okay. Oh man, this scene is so perfect. It's really well done. We know that he's realised that MJ is better off without him, without actually saying it.
Yeah.
It was a really sweet point, really well made, without drumming it home. Like, it did not make it clear at all, because visually it was perfect.
It was enough to show that he was like, I need to do this on my own.
This is...
Like,
No.
I think so.
No, that's not what he was saying.
Well, so she's better off without him because of the danger it brings to her, right? Yeah, I know. Yeah. But also the fact that he's better off on his own. Like,
no, I don't think that crossed his mind. I think this was all sacrifice. This was all you go and live your life. You deserve to have
a
proper teenage life.
He's better off on his own.
You're making it selfish.
I'm not making it selfish.
You are making it selfish.
No, you're taking that as being selfish. But you can say it as...
I'm better off on my own.
Yeah, it's exactly. I'm better off on my own. It's better for you that I'm on my own.
Your mind.
Whatever.
Anyway, this was one of my favourite scenes in any of the films.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the one you were talking about?
No.
Which one was you were talking about?
I just really liked it when Andrew Garfield saved MJ.
Oh, for fuck's sake. No, this was way better.
Well, yeah, it was, but you haven't seen Amazing Spider-Man.
That's a good point. No, this was really, really well done. I just loved it. I liked him walking into a coffee shop and with the full intention of explaining what was going on and then realising that he's about to change these two people's lives forever for potentially, well, most likely the worse. So, yeah, it was just... Joe cried. I was welling up. But then I did sort of go, hold on a minute. How does this thing work with Hogan then? So,
well, we get to that, don't we?
He knows Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But he's got no idea who he is.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that he's dating May and he's been with the Avengers the whole time. So Spider-Man still helped the Avengers.
Yeah.
And he still followed Spider-Man about.
Yeah.
But he didn't know who he was.
Apparently so. Yeah.
What do you mean, apparently so?
Well, apparently so.
Okay.
That's how they explain it. It's
no, they don't explain it. They don't explain anything.
Well, they don't explain anything. They just say that that's what's happened. That's what you take from it, isn't it? Is that's what's happened.
Okay. I said, did I miss something with the Emperor Lego figure?
No, only that. What's
it's
his
just
name?
funny that he's got a Lego Emperor.
What's the guy? Okay, who's? Oh, okay. What's the actor? I've forgotten.
Oh my God! I know Favreau, John Favreau.
Yeah. So he's involved with the Star Wars stuff, isn't he? Like he's, so they put those little bits in,
Okay.
Also, did you notice? Aunt May's headstone. Like in the grave. The grave. It said it had on there, when you help someone, you help everyone. That's the same one that is on the PS4 game.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
All right.
Thought you'd like that.
Ending. We clapped. Harry's mark out of 10 was?
I think he gave it a 9.
He gave it a 10, James.
Wow. Okay.
Best bit. I can't choose when they met each other, is what he put. Okay.
Fair enough. That was a good bit. I like that.
Mid-creds. Tom Hardy, what on earth is going on here?
So you see, this is the other thing is...
Hold on. Who's the monster voice? No idea what that's about.
Right.
Black ink stuff. Then Harry said this in quotes.
Go on.
I know. Said what? Remember? When they were talking, they said what was the craziest monster you ever fought? And one of them said they fought a man made out of black goo.
Yeah.
Is he right?
He's kind of right, yes. So what this
My
is...
son's a fucking genius, man. He's 8.
This is another character that's called Venom. Okay.
I know Venom.
You know Venom, right?
Well, I know two things I know about Venom. Charlie's obsessed with Venom.
Yeah.
Is Venom in Spidey and the Amazing Friends?
I don't remember. Probably.
Right. He talks about Venom all the time, and I don't know why. And the second thing is we watched the trailer for the video game Spider-Man 2, and everyone went, "Oh, Venom's in it!" And I went, "Oh, is he good?" Right. Yeah, Venom.
So Venom's like a symbiont from I think it comes on Earth from a comet, from what I remember.
Oh yeah.
And it's like a monster thing that then gets inside a person and sort of takes it over, but it has like very similar. It looks kind of like quite similar to Spider-Man and has like similar like sort of moveset and all that kind of stuff, but also eats people's brains is the thing.
Okay.
And so, but the character has always been like more of like an anti-hero kind of character rather than not always just a straight up villain. Like sometimes it is a straight up villain, but not always.
Right.
And so what this is that Tom Hardy is Venom, like at the moment. Because Sony have also got like Venom films like out that have come out. So there's the first Venom film, and then the most recent one was Venom: Let There Be Carnage. And then what's interesting here is that what happened at the end. What?
There are Venom films already.
Yes, there are.
And they star
two.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, Tom Hardy. He
Right.
plays the
I
main
didn't know
character,
this.
and they're actually. I mean, I've enjoyed them. Like they're not like these like the MCU films so much because
Oh, look at that.
they're more
Yeah.
violent. Like they're quite a lot more violent and swearing and all that kind of thing, and like pretty like full
Violent
on.
and swearing.
Yeah,
Woody Harrelson's in them.
Yeah, he was.
Hold
in,
on, whoa.
He was in
Tom
Let There Be Carnage.
Holland's in them as Peter Parker.
No, he's not.
That's what it says here.
No, I don't
In
think
Venom,
so.
Let There Be Carnage, it says cast Tom Holland, Venom.
Yes, now
Tom Hardy, Venom.
Now,
Tom Holland, Peter Parker.
I'm coming to that because what
Stephen
happened,
Graham's in them.
Say again.
Stephen Graham's in them. I love that guy.
These are quite good. Honestly, I enjoyed them. I really enjoyed them. I thought they were good.
I'm not watching anymore.
But anyway, what happened at the end of the most recent one, which came out before this film, before No Way Home, was at the end of the film. Spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it. Tom Hardy's character goes into this universe, like into the Tom Holland MCU universe.
So why is this not considered part of the MCU then?
Because it's not. It's part of this. Okay, so this is the other thing, right?
I know Sony own Spider-Man.
Yes, but they own Spider-Man, but they also own all the all these other characters as well. Like they own like Venom, they own all the characters that are related to Spider-Man as well. And they've set up their own thing, which they call it like the Spider-Man universe, basically. That's what it is.
So there's a crossover universe now, is there?
Yeah, and so exactly. And then so what's happened is the Spider-Man universe has like crossed over into the MCU, and that's how like Tom Hardy's Venom like ends up in the MCU as well. You see,
right?
But he's pulled in, but then he's taken. Obviously, he's sent back. But then it looks like the symbiont has been left behind. So the idea is that he's going to end up in the MCU as well, like Venom. Which could be good.
Who's gonna end up in the MCU like Venom?
Well, Venom, like the symbiont is there. Like you saw, like in that clip that you see in that it's he gets dragged out and like back into where he's gone. But then there's a little smidge of it is left inside in the MCU.
That whole scene was so fucking confusing to me.
I know. You see, if you'd have seen Venom, you'd have been like, because when I first saw this in cinema, I was like, wow, it's Tom Hardy. That's cool because this. I really like his take on Venom. I think it's great.
Whole we were like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
here?
that's the symbiont, like inside him. Like,
so did one of the other Spider-Man fight Venom in one of the other films?
Yes, but not Tom Hardy.
Not Venom. Tom Hardy, but that. No. So Harry was sort of
right.
Yeah, okay.
It was what's his name? Tobey Maguire. Like his character. It was in Spider-Man 3. Like he was. It was that, and it was actually Topher Grace was Venom in that one.
You're gonna have to hold something back here because we're going to talk post-creds, and Harry made another observation that I didn't agree with, but it'll be really interesting to think about this once I've seen the next film. Okay. So, post-creds, Strange talking about the multiverse. Oh, this is just a promo for Doctor Strange and the multiverse of madness or whatever.
Yeah.
I put, Harry says, because there's an evil Doctor Strange in it. Doctor Strange versus Doctor Strange. We saw that at the end bit. Harry says, that's not an evil Doctor Strange, that's Loki. Don't say anything.
I'm not saying
If he's nailed that, I said, what are you talking about? Right? He said, that's Loki. I went, no, it's not. Where are you getting that from? He said, rewind it. He said, look at the way he's acting. That's Loki. And I was like, he was so sure of it. So part of me really hopes that's Loki. Is. Oh, that would just be so good if it is.
Yeah.
Because he'd have absolutely nailed it, but we'll see. That's it.
I'm glad that you did enjoy it overall. Like
I would say it was really fucking good. I would also say that I was not invited to the party, and that was a little bit gutting. So for me, it's the second best Spider-Man film.
So this is what's mad. Imagine if you had seen all that other stuff though, and got all the references.
That was the whole fucking point of this whole fucking project, James.
I know. Do you know this is like the 6th highest grossing film of all time as well? Now it's done.
I don't care.
It did incredibly well. It's
it's. What was 5th?
I don't know.
Oh, no James.
Idea. I looked it up. I don't know what it is. Yeah.
So is it Doctor Strange next?
It is Doctor Strange next.
So I've decided what I'm going to do with this film.
Okay.
I'm going to watch it alone.
Yeah.
Or probably with Joe, actually. And then if I think it's suitable for Harry, we will watch it. If it's not, I will pick out the bits that I think is important for him to watch, and then we'll watch those.
Yeah.
So that he's not going to be completely out of the loop.
Yeah.
We have 3 films left now.
We do. I mean, we've got Doctor Strange, then we've got Thor, and then we've got Wakanda Forever.
Mad. And this is, I've said this about a million times, but this is legit the first film that has come out since we started recording these films. This Doctor Strange film came out while we were recording these podcasts. So that's a milestone, man. That's a big milestone.
Yeah.
We're nearly there.
I can't believe this is episode 29 as well. Like, this is what we're doing now.
Do you know what, right? Like, it is mad, but I cannot believe how mad the first half of the year was. Like, we did this every week for like 3 months,
and sometimes multiple films in 1 week, which was just that was
silly.
Really also, I've just realised someone is bound to pick us up on saying that this is like 29 films, because that's counting Howard the Duck, which doesn't count.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
Oh, and also, it counts, and so that doesn't work.
Okay, we're done. I will catch you. I'll catch you next week.
Yeah,
we will talk about Doctor Strange and his multiverse of madness.
We will. Yeah, I'm so glad you didn't hate it though, because I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it. I just was not. I didn't get out of it as much as I should have got out of it after watching all these films.
Okay.
Goodbye.
All right. See ya.
Bye.